thing is it has the sleeves. It's like some people use them for water bottles.
That's hilarious.
It's weird, like
It should be streaming. Alright, do you want to just double check the audio stuff? Once we get the speaker going? Because I'll be running this. But if you're able to check them, there's two sources you want to check. This is the stream. Okay. And then you can adjust the stream on the software there. And then this one, I want to open it up. This one is the board, what's coming in. Okay.
So I plugged in those in 1 and 2. So what is it going to be on here?
3 and 4 on there, theoretically.
What's 1 and 2?
Nothing's on 1. 2 is the speaker, 3, 4 is the band.
Okay.
Once the band's done playing, and we don't need the band very hot, you know, just enough to kind of get them in the stream.
Okay.
This is what's going out to the internet, and this is what's going to the board.
Okay. What's the mains for the internet? What's the?
It's just running off a matrix.
So where's the? Do you have a master for that, or
So it's just running a matrix. It's just matched to the mains.
does this run off the mains?
Yeah. Whatever we're hearing is what's going to the stream. You can adjust the matrix.
Do I need to pull this up?
So everything you do now is live on program, by the way.
Okay. But
Okay.
do I need to pull
So if you really need to adjust, you can go to, if you go here and set a routing, you can go to matrix sends here on the routing here, and then you can adjust the matrix output. So if the matrix is a little, like if the output's too soft on here, you can adjust the matrix output up a couple.
Like a meter on on the computer or something?
Yeah, there's a meter.
They're kind of.
Yeah, but we won't be able to use it during, so this needs to be on this.
good instincts.
I did ask.
Okay.
You saw the picture, right?
And then just the same down here, right? So you can take this up just a touch, and then you can also take up the matrix. So just where you want. Just touch that yellow.
I can do it off of here.
Alright. You should be able to match exactly. Theoretically. Alright. It's coming in line in, I believe. Yeah, so we should be good to go. And then can you also track that from your phone or something like that from the stream? Like pull up YouTube and kind of watch it a couple times there. I would start with the band,
Okay.
right? And then jump to the video.
I just want to get this video ready so I'm not like.
Was it on the D430 YouTube?
So you know you can switch it. You can always switch it to here and see it fully. Hit play and then spacebar. Spacebar, right?
So
You
now
should be able
let's
to do spacebar.
start with the band.
What
Let me just
channel
tune
is
that
it
real quick.
streaming?
Okay.
It's the high school. High school.
Got me at second.
Here, I can grab it right here too, can't I, on this layer?
What's up?
The matrix, I can grab it on the master right
Yeah,
here.
it's on that second layer.
Okay. Can you do the switching from that or do you have to do it over here?
The switching of the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
No flickering, right?
So we can keep this up there.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
That's fine. I was just streaming this morning. I ran both services this morning.
No, it's
Last
not
year,
enough.
I know, it's in it. Last year's was on the D430 used to.
Should be called Sandwich High School 2022 graduation.
Is it unlisted?
No, I think so. Public.
switch it to the video. give you 1 bar, okay? 1, 2, 3. to play a little more, okay? We're outside, so it's all gonna go up and sideways. So a little stronger, okay? American Ripple song? Basically take every dynamic up one with a good sound. Alright, what's our time?
We're not playing it.
52?
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
I want to welcome everyone to the 138th commencement of Sandwich Community High School. I now want to welcome up the 2022 Senior Class President, Miss Lucia Town.
Yeah, that's not happening. Okay, hi. We have attended Sandwich High School together. We will no longer be attending Sandwich High School together. Congratulations! Thank you! Just kidding. It's funny that you thought I would shut up that easily. Hi, everyone. I have so much to say, but I'm genuinely afraid that Mrs. Hollemeyer might cut the mic if I go over my allotted time limit, so I'll try to keep this short. Of course, if any of you have been lucky enough to share an English class with me, you know that I find that to be a particularly difficult task. Let me start this by asking you, are you ready to say goodbye? We are mere minutes away from walking across a silly little stage to be handed a silly little diploma. Does it feel real yet? We have collectively lost so much time, so much youth, so much sleep, so much love and passion. I've spent a lot of time this year just not looking forward to things because I know what it feels like to have it ripped away from you. Everything that we have accomplished as a class has been in spite of the obstacles that have become synonymous with our years. 2020, 2021, 2022. But here we are. You all look older than I remember. We've grown into adults, and every bit of childhood that we have experienced together is but a memory now. Playgrounds and kickball and spelling tests, holding on to each other when we needed support. Truly, the one thing that unites us is that we were little together. As we approached middle school, things got more complicated. Somehow we were both too young and too old for everyone else's expectations. We hurt, we grew, we thrived in spite of every single fear that we harbor. And so I ask you again, are you ready to say goodbye? It's hard to leave when this is all that we've ever known. I mean, before we started school, what did we know? What time our favorite cartoon played on Nickelodeon? And now what do we know? Who we are? What we want to be? Everything that we currently are is because of the growth that we experienced within those school halls. As a class, we've never been truly stagnant. So how do you say goodbye to something that's always changing? We're not the same as we were last month, last year. Every breath we take permanently changes us. So smile, blink away the tears, and look around, just for a second. Sit in it. This feeling is brief, but it's real. It's fleeting, but it's ours. We've waited so long. Maybe I'm supposed to be welcoming you, but what did you expect? I needed to just look out at all of you and say thank you. Welcome Sandwich High School's class of 2022 to your graduation. Thank you for growing up with me. So how do you say goodbye? You just say it. I love you. Goodbye.
I would like to introduce the salutatorian, Miss Melissa Paff, who will speak and to be presented with her Medal of Excellence.
All right, everyone get their pictures? All right. For anyone who knows me, knows that I like to keep to myself for the most part. Because of this, starting this year, instead of asking how my day had gone, my mom started asking me if there was anything she should know. So when Mrs. Hallmeyer told me that I got salutatorian a few days ago, I immediately did not tell my parents. So yes, Mom, there was something you should know. Surprise. This is my parents' 5th time at one of their kids' Sandwich High School graduation ceremonies, so I'm surprised they didn't just watch a rerun of one of the past 4 to get the gist. They even could have just rewatched my sister Kelly's valedictorian speech instead of sitting through these few minutes I get up here. But of course, they're here supporting me as they always have. It occurred to me this last week of school that there has constantly been at least one Ray and Christine Paff kid in attendance at this high school for the past 10 years, but that all ends today with me walking across this stage. It's bittersweet. I know my parents are thrilled to never have to teach another kid how to drive or have to sit through any more parent-teacher conferences. But it is strange knowing that none of us will ever again get a nickname from Mrs. Thorson or get the "that's too much" button pressed on us, an accomplishment I've achieved many times. We'll never have to write another FRQ for Mrs. Hallmeyer or sign a safety class contract swearing we would not horseplay in the lab. No Paff kid will ever fold and throw another paper airplane through this building ever again, or have to run outside from the portables into the building during a tornado. I'll probably never be in another class that as the teacher reads attendance on the first day, they stop at my name, laugh, and say, "Another one?" Or, as Mrs. Thorson said, "I've heard about you." Because isn't the youngest child just what all the other siblings are leading up to? I'm kidding, but I have tried my best to be a memorable last Paff. Just ask my teachers, except for Mom and Dad, don't ask my teachers. As well as continuing the legacy of the Paff kids, I've made my own experiences here too. My siblings never knew Dr. Darnell, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. They never knew online learning, experienced the pain of finding cool math games restricted, or the stress of the search for a Chromebook charger as the screen tells you exactly how many minutes you have to find a charger before your computer dies. The class of 22 is also the last class to have been in the old portables before the new ones. So my siblings never saw the addition of Antarctica onto the school, or as some people call it, the math portable. As I was thinking about all this, I realized how much of a testament our family is in showing the incredible relationships you build at Sandwich High School. a small town high school that cares about each of its students and their families. Teachers and administration who not only ask you about you, but your siblings too. I hope you, my fellow graduates, have known SHS as I have and recognize the relationships you've made here. So, on behalf of all the PAF kids and I want to thank everyone in this school, including all of our family and friends who have been with us in these halls, anyone who has supported us, and I invite my fellow graduates to do the same. Here's to the end of an era and all the good that is to come. The best time for going is when the going scares you. Here is to graduating and moving on to what's next, but knowing that the relationships we have with the people here with us today will remain. Congratulations, class of 2022.
I would like to introduce the Valedictorian, Miss Yuki Chen, to speak and to be presented with her Medal of Excellence.
One morning during first period of freshman year, a classmate of mine said to me, "You know, you smell kind of funny." Although she didn't mean any harm, that comment made me turn bright red in a matter of seconds. I had worked a 10-hour shift at my family's restaurant the night before and had passed out finishing up my weekend homework before getting the chance to shower. Apparently, the smell of crab rangoons and kung pao chicken are a whole lot stronger than I thought. When the bell rang for second period, I rushed to the locker room asking my friends for any sort of perfume, only to end up smelling like a bad mixture of flowers and Chinese food. I grew up doing anything I could to distance myself from my parents' Chinese restaurant, but it became clear to me that no matter how much I decided to wash myself or reinvent myself, my identity as a first-generation daughter of immigrants would continue to be a lingering stench in my life. I am one of the many restaurant kids you'll see growing up in local Chinese restaurants around America. You know, the kids that seemed a little too young to be working the cash registers, and the ones that would take your order before they fully knew how to fluently speak in English. My weekdays consisted of scrambling through homework in between the dinner rushes, and my weekends consisted of folding stacks of napkins and silverware hours past the closing time. I felt as though my childhood and my parents were stripped away from me by this restaurant life. Yet, despite my resentment for my own losses, I knew my parents were losing out more on their lives than I ever would on mine. Growing up poor in the Chinese countryside, my parents left their homes when they were barely 20 years old in search of jobs in America to provide for their families. With only a few dollars to their names and my dad's high school diploma, they eventually built a business and settled down in Sandwich, Illinois. For over 3 decades now, my parents have lived and adjusted to a country they don't know the language to. And so for once, I want them to be in a room full of people and have their language be spoken proudly. So just real quick, 爸爸妈妈，谢谢你们为我所做的一切. My successes are a testament of my parents' sacrifices, letting them know that it was all worth it at the end. This year, I got accepted into Harvard University with their lowest acceptance rate of 3.19%. And although I did it for myself, I did it for my parents, who never got the chance or opportunity to pursue higher education. They're sitting in the audience today, finally outside of their work clothes, but they still got the smell of Chinese food imprinted on them. I'll run up to hug them later, no longer ashamed about the smell, because ultimately the aroma of your love and determination is the only scent that will ever matter. Besides, the smell of the restaurant is physical proof of my parents' resilience, strength, and perseverance, and it is proof of someone's love for me. The smell I once desperately tried to distance from is now a badge of honor I carry with me, letting the world know that I am a product of hardworking immigrants. I'm also a product of this town, a town full of parents and families that welcome me with open arms, a town full of teachers and staff who care, and a town full of classmates that hold each other up, even at our worst moments. I am a product of Sandwich, Illinois, a town that showed me the fragrance of love and community, even when I wasn't ready to love it back just yet. The people of this town showed me patience when I didn't even really know what patience really was. So seniors, before we all part ways, I ask you to consider all the people who have made contributions to your lives and what contributions you will make to others. Sometimes we're so busy growing up that we forget about the people who were there for us when we were breaking down. I hope you guys don't forget to cherish this small town and the people that produce and influence every one of us. I know it hasn't been easy, and to be honest, there were times I didn't even think I would have made it this far, but I'm grateful that I did. And I know you all have probably heard this a million times before, but let me personally tell each and every one of you how grateful that I am that you held on and made it this far. I really am. So once again, congratulations, class of 2022. We made it.
I would like to welcome the Board of Education President, Mr. Bob Miller.
I think that was my sign to pick up the pace. And you guys don't worry about your caps. The only time you got to worry about those the rest of the way out is to get your pictures. And remember, nobody wants to see a bad case of hat head, so we don't care right now, but only for pictures. Anyway, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and hello to the class of 2022. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize our superintendent, Rick Schmidt. As some of you may or may not know, Rick is retiring upon completion of this school year. Rick isn't a kind of recognition kind of guy, and he'll probably be upset with me that we've even mentioned it here today, but I've got the mic and he's retiring, so no matter. On behalf of the District Board of Education, staff, administration, parents, and the so many children who have all benefited from your 30 years of leadership, 24 as a superintendent, I believe, we would like to take a moment and thank you for all you've done for all of us, and we wish you well in your retirement, and again, thank you so very much. Big round of applause, please. Thank you for that. All right, back to the class of 2022. You made it. What a high school career you've been through, huh? As I said to last year's graduating class, several years from now, you'll all look back at a difficult couple of years in your high school life and decide that, well, who we're kidding? It was pretty crappy. But you all persevered. You dug in, and with your friends, family, teachers, and administrators, you made the best of all 4 years at SHS, and that does say a heck of a lot about you as young adults. You've proven that in addition to having the ability to persevere, you've showed independence and discipline, all traits that will serve you well in the next chapters of your life, whatever that may be. You are also part of a history that will be talked about for decades and read about for centuries. Kind of cool there, I guess, right? I guess you can all take away that you are the first graduating class that survived the entire pandemic. Ugh. Hopefully this will be the last time we even need to mention that. You'll go down in history as starting the streaming culture. Hello, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, the list goes on. Going viral, good and bad here. Fun stuff like you as little ones with the Beebs taking on an ALS bucket challenge. Then there was the mannequin challenge with Hillary Clinton. Remember I said the good and the bad? You grew up only knowing smartphones with the exception of that flip phone that your grandpa may still have on his belt clip. You exploded the Twitter culture, and who could leave out the likes of Instagram and Snapchat, and now TikTok seems to reign supreme. We would all be remiss as well if we didn't take a moment to thank virtually everyone here and many of those who are not in attendance today. Thank you to all of you family members who supported these students for the past 13 plus years. Thank you to the staff and administration in 430 who found ways to overcome so many obstacles, one of which we just agreed to no longer mention, and lead these young men and women to this point in their educational lives. And finally, thank you to the class of 2022 for getting it done. Big round of applause for everybody, please. It's an honor to be here today, speaking for the Board of Education and celebrating the achievements of the Sandwich High School class of 2022. Today, we get to share with you all of the excitement that you graduating seniors have, the great pride of your families and friends, and the satisfaction of the entire school district administration and staff. On a regular basis, we as school board members work through many complex issues that a district has to deal with. We also, however, have the privilege of hearing about the great things you have done to make our district even stronger. I always mention that a few of our board members are proud alumni of Sandwich High School, so very long ago. And some of us even have children that were products of 430, and even grandchildren now entering the district. Watching you being presented with your diploma, maybe a fist bump or a handshake, maybe even a hug, certainly something and one of the greatest highlights of our service as the Board of Education, and a special occasion to say the least to all of us. All you have left to accomplish here at SHS is to have a little bit of stress that I put on every graduating class, and that is to make it across the stage today and not trip and fall in front of all these people. So as you now nervously walk over this stage, trying not to fall in front of all these people, we again get the privilege of seeing the product of a District 430 education. We see academic achievement, creative expression, athletic accomplishment, social responsibility, community service. We see mathematicians and historians, scientists and poets, musicians and artists. Some of that work was on display on this very football field earlier this week. We see activists and volunteers. We see accomplished young adults ready to launch into the next chapter of their life experience, whether it be furthering your education, entering the workforce, or serving in the military. Whenever addressing the graduating classes over the years here in District 430, I always mention a quote from Charles Kettering. Mr. Kettering was an American inventor, engineer, and businessman, and he said and I quote, that high achievement always takes place in the framework of high expectation. While the staff and administration of District 430 delivered your high expectations, and you in turn certainly delivered high achievement. Keep that up. But graduates, at this time, we as administrators, faculty, and parents see the little kids you used to be, 5-year-olds boarding the kindergarten bus or being dropped at school. To them seemed like yesterday. Yes, you were leaving your sobbing, nervous, camera-snapping parents behind, many for the first time. Moms, raise your hands if you followed the bus or was a creeper in the shadows on those days. I believe there's a lot more hands should be in the air. We remember your experience as elementary, intermediate, and middle school students, memorizing math facts, writing a book, traveling with Flat Stanley, building robots and simple machines, and the ever-popular DC trip. You wear those caps and gowns today, but we still see you as middle school adolescents, excited and a bit scared to come off to SHS, but even as younger students, equally as excited and scared to head into the middle school. When you arrived at SHS and you embarked upon a high school experience filled with challenging coursework, interesting electives, a rich arts program, career and technical education, clubs and organizations to join, sports to play, and so much more. Throughout your high school experience, our collective goal was to give you not only the content knowledge you need, but also skills in problem solving, critical and creative thinking, and in communications, the tools you need to make meaning out of all that content knowledge and to continue your education in whatever you choose. With your sandwich schools experience at an end, we look forward with excitement and confidence to the next set of life experiences waiting for you, class of 2022. If your next path takes you to the military, we all thank you for your service. If you're going into the workforce, our advice is to make yourself so valuable to your employer that they feel they can't exist without you. If secondary education suits you, work as hard as you have here, and good things are to come. We also want to give you a reminder to all of you to never forget where you came from. And if you can, come back and give to this community, the community that served you for all these years. If you have a moment, give props to those who've helped you along the way, family and friends, teachers and administrators. They are all so proud of you and will miss seeing your everyday faces. I leave you, as we have other graduating classes, with a profound, anonymous, internet-based quote. Profound, yes. Original, no. Inspiring, we'll let you be the judge. Life is short, live it. Love is rare, grab it. Anger is bad, dump it. Fear is awful, face it. Memories are sweet, cherish them. SHS class of 2022, we wish you the very best. Congratulations on your achievements. We at the Board of Education wish you good luck with the so many more you have yet to attain. Thank you.
I want to formally welcome everyone here today to celebrate the achievement of our 2022 graduates. I want to thank Mrs. Hallemeyer, our senior class sponsor, and Mrs. Thompson for helping to organize graduation. I want to thank our tech department, Mr. Heinekamp, for streaming graduation, and the excellent performance of our band. I'd like to thank our superintendent, Mr. Schmidt, and assistant superintendent, Mr. Sodaro, for their support. And lastly, I want to thank our school board members who are with us today to support and celebrate the outstanding achievement of the class of 2022. I am honored to be here today and privileged to speak to the graduates and families. Graduates, you have all been in school for many years, and during that time, you've been told what to learn, when to learn, and how to learn. Our goal is that you walk away from Sandwich School District with the ability to be able to use the process of learning to assist you on your journey you're about to begin. Some of your journeys are leading to college, some to a trade school, and some to the military. But regardless of where your journey is taking you, all of you have the ability to take charge of your own life and begin to define yourself as an individual on your journey. Your journey begins this next chapter of your life, and you will be faced with the best the world has to offer as well as the worst. You will find that life gives you the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. It is what happens between those highs and lows that defines your journey. Your journey is the time when you can use the foundational traits that you were born with, or the traits you have been developed, and even some developed here at Sandwich High School. Those fundamental traits will help you prosper from those lowest of lows to the highest of highs. Traits such as motivation, dedication, perseverance, hard work, and resilience are all traits you have heard that you must have to be successful, and all of that is true. You must be able to demonstrate those traits to be successful with anything you do in life. But many of those traits come and go. I would argue to maintain many of those traits long term, you must first have enthusiasm. B.C. Forbes, who founded Forbes magazine in 1917, once stated, "What's worth doing is worth doing well." Doing well means putting enthusiasm into whatever it is. B.C. Forbes goes on to say, "The task to which you dedicate yourself can never become a drudgery," meaning when you are enthusiastic, your tasks are neither minimal nor dull. The dictionary defines enthusiasm as intense, eager enjoyment or energetic interest. I encourage you to use these next couple of years to find what brings you enjoyment, what really interests and inspires you, so that you have found the enthusiasm to life to prosper. Having enthusiasm does not guarantee that you will not face adversity on your journey, but does guarantee you will have a purpose. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." I strongly believe that it is enthusiasm that gives us the courage to continue. Class of 2022, it is now time for you to discover your enthusiasm in life as you walk across this stage and move from a Sandwich High School student to a Sandwich High School graduate. We're done with the speeches. So now for the fun part. Okay. You ready? Go ahead. To preserve the sanctity of today's event, please hold your applause until all graduates have been named or announced. Our first graduate, Sydney Nicole Atkerson. Catherine Joe Alderman. Alejandro Alfaro. Hunter John Charles Anderson. Evan William Armour. Theodore Kenneth Arnold. Aiden Backer. He's going to grab your hat for you. Caden Brock Ballas. Javril Carrito Bayron. Isabella Barbanete. Michael James Barbie. Mercedes Marie Bark. Jaden Lynn Bombeck. Mary Carr Lowe Bailon. Mary Grace Bernhardt. Alexis May Blue. Marlene Cabada. Elijah Mary Campbell. Madison Lynn Campbell. Jules Danielle Carlson. Jaron Lucas Hoffman Carper. Yuki Chen. Connor Clancy. Jada Clark. Cooper Paul Klassen. Marjorie Grace Yuan Collins. Alexia Cortez. And you're on time today. Dominic Adam Constantino. Samuel Allen Dale. Damian Daniels. Frankie Kennedy DeTolli. Sam Francis Dawson. Drew Allen Despain. Reagan Lenahe DeWitt. Max Felling. Owen Patrick Feltz. Lauren Grace Fifield. Kaylin Rose Fisher. Maya Jade Forty. Jacob Rudolph Francisci. Evan Lee Fraser. Peyton Paige Glover. Michael Joseph Goff. Gracie Goldsmith. Andrew James Golinsky. Emily Ann Gomez. Marcos Manuel Gomez. Zachary Gonzalez. Austin Matthew Grazer. Jacob Brian Grazer. Damian Gunderson. Caden Joseph Gustafson. Kanan Gerald Hike. Lily Hyman. Jacqueline Hernandez. Joanna Herrera. Matthew Allen Hewitt. Alexis Dominique Higdon. Connor David Jacob Holly. Chase Allen Spencer Huluga. Gage Lawrence E.E. Dylan Lang Johnson. Micaiah Marie Johnson. Do you know them? Caitlin Jorgensen. Jenna Avery Kale. Blake Cecil Kleckner. Margaret Ann Nepper. Riley Komorowski. Emma Catherine Kraft. Okay. Jacob Joseph Kuntz. Kenton Anthony Kurtz. Ryan Matthew Jensen Kwiat. Braden Thomas Landers. Scarlett Rose Ann Larson. Hannah Nicole Lemon. Aiden Paul Linden. Tony Leshy. Saray Lopez. Michael Loss. Benjamin Edward Maple. Riley Ann Martin. Jeremy Mason. Tanner Paul McDonald. Dominic David McElroy. Kayla Andrea Miller. Ashley Nicole Moore. Emily Larissa Liang Mosier. Eleanor Rose Newberry. Jamie Tegan Novak. Adam Eric Obratovic. Casey Allen Olson. Destiny Ortega. Dakota Lee Pancrantz. Posthumous Emma Claire Pavisa. Cameron J. Pennington. Melissa Grace Paff. Lucas James Piotrowski. River Pond. Ainsley Carol Pruski. Evan William Riley. Joseph Jaden Reel. Jonathan Ephraim Rizzuto. Joseph Salvatore Rizzuto. Griffin Patrick Roque. Molly Catherine Roberts. Solo Rodriguez. Isabella Nicole Romano. Audrey Elizabeth Rome. Jacob Raymond Scalf. Jack Schultz. Jamie Benjamin Serrano. Austin Michael Senatos. Jacob Smith. Christian Thomas David Sommers. Anthony Christopher Sparty. Oop. He's got it for you, Anthony. Aiden Joel Spears. Caden Christopher Strens. Kaylee Ann Swickert. Lucia Isabella Town. Riley Tuttle. Antonus S. Wingren. Adam Lee West. Jacob J. Weiberg. Chloe Zeider. Jessica Francis Zeltinger. Brooke Ashland Zeman. Superintendent Mr. Rick Schmidt and members of the Board of Education, it is my privilege to introduce to you the graduating class of 2022 who have met the requirements set forth by the Board of Education of Sandwich School District 430 in the state of Illinois. Seniors all stand. If you still have your hat on, move that tassel. Congratulations, you're now graduates of Sandwich High School. Let's go.